Snow and dangerously cold temperatures have descended on the 4 states. We'll look at how they're impacting roads and the power infrastructure as much of the area faces rolling blackouts.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A blast of Arctic air blankets the 4 states with snow and brings dangerously cold temperatures. We have reporters in different parts of the region keeping you up to date on the road conditions, and we'll look at how the weather is taking a toll on the power infrastructure. We begin our coverage of the winter storm with what's happening out there right now. For that, let's go to Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy. Doug.
All right, thanks, Dow. Finally, we got rid of this storm. The snow is out of here, and we're going to dry out as we go through the overnight hours. The extreme cold, though, is a huge concern, of course. Pipes, power outages, the roads as well. Look at our almanac today. We started at -4. Our high temperature was 1. Look at our record low is 8. So our high temperature was 7 degrees shy of the record low, which is absolutely crazy. But we're going to drop all the way back to about -13, -15 for us tonight. About 7 inches of snow across the metro with this system. On the Kansas side, about 2 to 5 inches, a little bit less. Wind chill advisories in effect for us during the overnight hours tonight. Wind chills are going to be -20 to -30 at times, but you can see all the light snow is pretty much rotating out of here. Still, our eastern counties getting some light snow flurries, but that's it. Temperatures, it's not even completely dark yet. It's -1 Iola, -1 in Joplin, -1 in Carthage, and our temperatures are going to plummet for us tonight, plus our wind chills right now, -15 to about -20. We didn't even get into more snow moving in tomorrow, so a lot to talk about here in a bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. Thanks, Doug. People all across the 4 states are being told to prepare for possible rolling blackouts as electricity demand exceed what's produced. KOAM's Chris Warner spoke with Liberty Utilities about what to expect and how we all can help.
The Southwest Power Pool, which is made up of dozens of utility providers from the Mexico border to the Canadian border, issued a Level 3 energy emergency alert, meaning that demand on all of their member utilities is outpacing the ability to produce electricity. Evergy and Liberty are 2 of the major utilities in our area on the Southwest Power Pool. All of the members have been asked to implement controlled temporary emergency electricity reductions to help reduce that demand. For some, that included residential customers. Liberty officials say they're trying to avoid that.
Our first step is to work with our industrial and commercial customers. We had already been working with those customers to curtail energy use. And so we began working with those customers to shut down power. That helped, allow that energy to go back to the grid to help serve our residential customers.
Another step Liberty is taking is expanding the peak alert from beyond just the normal peak hours.
We expanded that for all hours, and we're still asking our customers to please conserve energy where it's safe to do so until midnight on Tuesday.
Price says it's important for customers to conserve as much as possible.
And we recognize it's definitely not a convenient time to conserve energy. It is bitterly cold, but we're asking this of our customers so that we can avoid longer-term outages.
Price says there are a few things you can do at home that can go a long way to keeping the lights on.
Certainly lowering the thermostat by a couple of degrees. 68 degrees is what the recommended winter temperature is. If you can lower it a little bit below that, if it's safe for you to do that, we would ask that you do that. Avoid, energy consuming activities if you can. Things like running your dishwasher, washing your laundry. If you're looking for an excuse to not do laundry, I'm giving it to you. You don't need to do it.
The Price also recommends turning your hot water heater temperature to 120 degrees. She also wants to thank all of the customers who have already begun conserving energy. And of course, she wants to send a thank you to all the linemen who are out working to ensure that power stays on during the storm. Reporting from the West 26 substation in Joplin, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
Chris, thanks. Now, because of those rolling blackouts, we are seeing outages in our area. Evergy has temporarily shut down power for 563 customers, including some in Pittsburgh and Parsons. And Empire District currently has 113 customers out of power. You'll find links to power companies and their outage maps on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. A more obvious immediate impact of the weather is road conditions. For a look at that, we start with Jacob Leonard. He's riding in a car right now with photographer Ty Parks in Southwest Missouri with the latest on the conditions there. Jacob.
We're on Rangeline Road right now in Joplin, and there are still places that are completely covered and really slick, but Rangeline, as well as some other main roads here in Joplin, have slowly gotten better throughout the day. Of course, crews had to work pretty hard as it snowed throughout most of the day to keep up with keeping these roads clear so people who need to be out can get out. Now, MoDOT says they're running trucks around the clock with drivers operating on 12-hour shifts in Southwest Missouri. The department says they're running about 250 trucks today in the Southwest District, but about 10% of their fleet is down due to issues caused by extremely cold temperatures. Now, they want to remind people to slow down and give extra space to their snow plows to avoid potential accidents, like one accident that happened earlier today near Joplin.
We did have an incident earlier this morning where a semi sideswiped one of our snow trucks over there near Joplin. I think part of it was too that kind of a whiteout condition when you're plowing, it stirs up all that snow and makes visibility very difficult. So on top of the speed, the visibility was also an issue.
MoDOT says they're hoping to catch up with getting the roads clear tomorrow with an expected break in the snowfall. And also, if you have to go out, try your best to plan your route and make sure to stay on the major roads throughout the area. Reporting live in Joplin, Jacob Leonard, KOAM News.
Jacob with Ty Parks. Thanks, guys. The sub-zero temperatures are causing other problems for truck drivers. We spoke to some drivers in southeast Kansas who tell us they're stocking anti-gel to keep the diesel in their trucks from gelling. They say the roads are slick, but they can handle them at slow speeds. Some drivers, though, aren't taking the risk, and they plan to park it for the night.
Back in the day, I would have pushed it to the limit one more time, but I guess I've got more to live for now. It's not worth it to get your freight there on time or whatever. They're still going to want their stuff when you get there.
KOAM meteorologist Nick Kelly is in Oklahoma watching the latest on the road conditions there live. Nick.
Good evening, Dow. We are live in Miami, or east of Miami, on State Highway 10. Daniel Kemp is making his way safely along the highway here. We just passed high winds recently, and so far, I-44 in Ottawa County, the main roads, snow-packed, sure, but some traction is allowing us to safely get us around. I will say that we have 25 to 30 crews in our corner of Oklahoma on patrol to try to keep the streets as plowed as possible as temperatures turn colder overnight. Now, earlier today, we spoke with Jack Damrell of the Oklahoma Turnpike Authority about these conditions and asked if he's seen anything like this in his years of working with the state.
It's really fascinating to see. I've never seen it here in Oklahoma. I've never seen back-to-back storms where forecasters have called for anywhere from 10 to 20 inches in two storms within, 48 hours of each other in Oklahoma.
And of course, it's nice to know that these snow chances are tapering off, but with these cold temperatures sticking around, these roads will remain snow-packed, so nice and slow is a way to go if you have to be out tonight. But if you do have to venture out, don't forget, we do have links to road conditions in Oklahoma and all across the area with links on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. In the meantime, reporting in Ottawa County with Daniel Kemp, meteorologist Nick Kelly, KOAM News.
All right, thanks, guys. Be careful out there. As you said, there are several ways for you to get the latest weather information in your area. You can visit our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. At the top of the page will be current weather alerts, links to road conditions, and any cancellations in your area. Obviously, there are a lot of those. Additionally, you can download the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You'll have the latest weather forecast and alerts all in the palm of your hand. You just head over to your favorite app store and search for the Skywatch weather app. Still ahead, we're going to continue our weather coverage as we look at the impact it's had on student learning and how school districts decide whether buses will run. Most schools, including those in the Joplin School District, are out today in observance of President's Day. But tomorrow, many plan to be out because of the weather, of course, and if students learn virtually in many instances, Joplin school officials tell us it isn't just roads that are dangerous.
And we don't like to close just for cold weather, but in extreme cases like what is being predicted for tomorrow, even if roads were clear, we would have to look at the possibility of frostbite.
When school districts decide whether to allow buses to run, they say there's no magic formula for determining if that should happen. They'll send out drivers early to see what, if any, problems they run into.
It's hard to tell with side streets and with ice and black ice and everything else. If you don't go in actual neighborhoods, it's pretty hard to tell if everything is safe for the broader general area of the district.
The temperatures can play a role in that determination as well. The school thinks it's unsafe for children to wait at the bus stop for more than 10 minutes. The buses will not roll. We're going to have more on the impacts of the winter storm in a bit, but first, Doug Hetty is up next with what we can expect in the hours and days ahead.
Well, it's definitely turned out to be a very cold, nasty day for us and a very cold night ahead. And it looks like we even have another storm as we work into the daytime hours tomorrow. So we've been trying to show this to you over the past several days to help you guys get the Skywatch weather app. And there's actually a cool way you can do it. This is our QR code. And all you have to do is pull out your phone. And if you go to your camera and you put it right on top of the QR code, it will download the Skywatch weather app. Of course, not only handy in these type of situations, but on a daily basis. And then, of course, we got severe weather season right around the corner. First off, today, 7 inches for this storm right along really through the Joplin metro. In Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri, everybody had really 5 to 8 inches. On the Kansas side, a little less. You were mainly in the 2 to 5 inch range. But that gives us 13.5 inches for the season so far. Look at our temps. It's getting dark. It's almost dark out. -1 in Yates Center. It's 2 in Miami, -1 in Lamar. Joplin's at -1, 0 in Pittsburgh. Now, we aren't alone. Look at the entire country. I mean, even Dallas is at 16 degrees. Memphis at 11. It's 17 in Little Rock. So everybody's dealing with the Arctic air across the region. Of course, it's modified the farther south you go. But then we still have light northerly winds. So we have wind chill factors right now right around -15. And that's why we have a wind chill warning for the overnight hours tonight. Actual temperature continues to slide back about -10 by midnight. And then I think most of us -13 to about -15 degrees as we've cleared out, and with the snowpack on the ground, our temperatures are going to plummet. The wind chill warning, and in fact until the morning hours for us, but most of the snow is out of here. We had the light snow showers throughout the afternoon hours, but all the snow rotating across central parts of Missouri, so we're done with this system. It's heading up the Ohio River Valley, heading away from us. But right behind it, we have another wave, which is going to start to affect us late in the daytime hours tomorrow. Of course, ahead of it tonight, we have the low wind chills, -20 to about -25, which is crazy cold. And they really don't modify much tomorrow. I mean, by this time tomorrow afternoon or evening, still our wind chills are going to be about 0 to -10 across the entire viewing area. At least we got rid of the clouds. Pretty much clear skies for us, at least over the next several hours. We'll start to get a few clouds in here late tonight, but look at those temperatures, -10 to -15. By tomorrow afternoon, we do start to warm up a little bit. I think most of us will go into the mid-teens, and the sunshine is going to help us out a little bit. Starting at -13, 10 by noon, high temp is 16, but by evening, we could start to see some light little flurries across the region. Look at the band of snow starting to develop, pushes in. Tomorrow evening. I think it will hit our western counties by 6 or 7 p.m. and then everybody gets into the action late evening. This is going to be moderate snow. Temperatures are going to be sitting probably mid-teens at this time, so at least warmer, but because it's a little bit warmer, there's going to be a little bit more water content to the snow and not as much wind. So all the roads are going to get covered once again across the entire area when we get this band of snow. Heaviest snow probably from about 9 p.m. until 3 a.m. And then we'll have bouts of snow showers, very similar to what we had today during the daytime hours on Wednesday. But at least we're going to get into the 20s for highs. Now, snowfall amounts, Not as heavy as this past storm, but still plenty to cause issues. I think mainly 2 to 4 inches. And we'll see if I need to tweak this tonight with new data coming in for the 9 and 10. But 2 to 4, mainly 2 in our northern counties, mainly closer to 4 in our southern counties. Dangerously cold for us tonight, minus 13. 16 tomorrow, 24 on Wednesday, but still we're going to have single digits Wednesday night and Thursday night. And then finally, out of the deep freeze by the weekend.
That'll certainly be some welcome relief. In the meantime, feels like the thermometer's hit bottom and it's dropping through the floor right now.
Yeah, it really can't go much lower.
Not much. We're going to try, though. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, the weather's affecting lives far and wide. That includes an impact on the fight against the pandemic. The winter weather has forced the cancellation of a mass COVID-19 vaccine clinic that was to be held today in Joplin. That clinic was set up for people getting their first doses. A clinic for second doses is still scheduled for Thursday and Friday at Missouri Southern. A water main break in Parsons has been made worse by the bitter temperatures. It was discovered just before 8 this morning. At around noon, city crews were still fighting through the frozen soil to get to and ultimately repair that break. The ground is just so hard, it's hard to penetrate. Just before 4, the city posted on their Facebook page that they were able to shut down the leak, but they're asking residents to conserve water. The city has also issued a voluntary boil advisory. Residents of Neosho County, Kansas are asked to boil their water. This affects the area east of Highway 59 and south of the Labette-Neosho County line, Water District 4. The boil water advisory is due to bacterial contamination and will be lifted once that contamination is resolved. Final check on the very cold weather is next. Take time now to honor a local veteran, First Sergeant Elmer F. Crawford. He served in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War. For his service, he received a Bronze Star, National Defense Service Medal, and other medals and commendations. And we are proud to salute First Sergeant Elmer F. Crawford. He's tonight's four-state hero. Here's a look at what's coming up on our sister station, KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Bronte Sorotsky speaks to local health professionals about the dangers cold weather present to the human body. Plus, we're going to have the latest on power outages in the 4 states as local energy providers move to implement rolling blackouts. And we're going to meet some 4-staters who are stepping up to make sure people are kept safe from the cold. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on our sister station, Fox 14. All right, let's check back with Doug Hetty for the latest on these cold temperatures or just getting colder, Doug.
Yeah, Dow, at least all the snow is out of here, but still the road's in very bad shape. So don't go out if you don't have to. Do conserve as much energy as you can, and it's going to go all the way down to about minus 13 to minus 15 later on tonight. 16 tomorrow. We are going to have sunshine in the morning hours. Snow works back in tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Of course, we'll have the latest on that at 9 and 10.
Thanks, Doug. Hey, to stay up to date on the latest news, weather, and sports, download the KOAM News app. Like that weather app, it's free. Apple App Store, Google Play Store, KOAM News app. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 and then here on Channel 7 at 10. In the meantime, please be careful out there. Stay in if you can. Let's take care of ourselves and each other.